You did in fact read that thumbnail correctly. Rockstar Games will be adjusting the prices of certain vehicles in GTA Online to fit with players' wants and needs. Certain vehicles based on entertainment purposes will have their prices lowered in the game, such as the Stromberg and other vehicles like that, whereas vehicles that offer the upper hand over the player base, such as weaponized vehicles, and we all know which one comes to mind when I say that, they will have their prices increased. Rockstar is doing this as part of their ongoing improvements to GTA Online with the feedback and player base. As they stated on the newswire today, firstly, we will be updating prices for several current vehicles in GTA Online on April 27th to better reflect their value to players. Certain vehicles will see their cost adjusted down to make them more accessible, including some with fun and unique features and counter-attacking capabilities, like I mentioned at the start, including the impotent Ruiner 2000, the Ocelot Stromberg, and so on and so on. Conversely, some vehicles with outsized utility, performance, or powerful weaponry will see their prices increased, such as the Oppressor Mk2 and all them other OP vehicles, which obviously come to mind when we say overpowered vehicles. Check out the full list of vehicle pricing adjustments below and stay tuned as we will continue re-evaluating vehicle pricing as we move forward. To sum it all up, there is a total of 16 vehicles which will be receiving price changes, and most of these you will most certainly not like at all. So here is the list that Rockstar mentioned. So the Armored Boxville will in fact be having its price lowered from 2.9 million to 1.3 million, a massive difference. The Akula will have its price increased from 3.7 million to 4.5 million. The Granger 3600 LX will have its price increased from 1.3 million to 2 million. The Scramjet will have its price increased from 3.5 million to 4 million. The Jubachi Champion will have its price increased from 2.9 million to 3.7 million. The Chernobog will have its price decreased by over 1.5 million, going from 3.3 to 1.5. The Deluxor will have its price massively increased from 4.7 mil to 5.7 mil, and the Ruiner 2000 will go from 5.7 to 3.7 with over a $2 million decrease. The Thruster will go from 3.6 to 2.5 million. The Mammoth Tula will go from 5.1 million to 4.1 million with a 1 million decrease. The Stromberg will go from 3.1 million to 2.5 million, a very good decrease in price. The Pegasus Oppressor will have a decrease in price, going from 3.5 million to 2.7 million. However, the Oppressor Mk2 will have a huge reduction, going from 3.8 million to $8 million. Not clickbait at all. The newswire will be linked below for those wanting to see this for yourselves. The Toreador will be going from 3.6 million to 4.2 million, and the Weaponized Ignis will be going from 3.2 to 4.5 million. And finally, the Bombushka will have a price decrease from 5.9 million, almost $6 million, down to 4.7 million. So there we have it, a total of 8 vehicles which will be receiving price increases, most of which are very controversial, 100% spark and outrage in the community, whereas the other half will be receiving price deduction. So now allow me to read a final statement that Rockstar said. In response to your feedback, we are also evaluating potential future adjustments, including rebalancing certain aerial vehicles to help protect bystanders in free mode. It's very clear that Rockstar are taking on board the fact that free mode is an unbalanced shit show, and they finally have the balls to actually do something about it. The Oppressor Mk2 got a nerf in the summer, which was definitely a step in the right direction for Rockstar, and it's looking like the Hydra is going to be up next, which just makes me so happy because that thing is a fucking mess in free mode, to say the least. But on a final note, allow me to discuss my thoughts on these price changes. Honestly, the vehicles that have had their prices lowered, they haven't really seen much of a decrease in price at all. At most, it's $1 million to $1.5 million in deduction, which yeah, is a decrease, but is it enough? Whereas the price increases, holy shit, the Oppressor Mk2 is now an extra $4.1 million. This is something that is very clever from Rockstar, for a player's point of view and for a business point of view. Allow me to explain why. Before, the Oppressor was expensive as fuck. You needed a nightclub which would cost you an extra few million, then a terabyte, there's an extra few million again, and then 3 million on the thing itself. But now it's going to cost you over about $11 million to buy the Oppressor, making it the most expensive vehicle in the game, without a doubt. Now this does mean that little kids can no longer go out and buy the Oppressor like it's a toy, but it also means that Rockstar is going to make a lot more money, because it's also a very smart business decision. Now, they know that the Oppressor will be wanted by basically every single kid in the player base, which is half of the player base, and every little kid on the player base has their mum's credit card. Boom, the profits come rolling in. One Oppressor, coincidentally, costs one shark card. I wonder why that is. Obviously, they want to make money. That's all they have ever wanted to do. But disguising it as a community feedback improvement to make them look good in the eyes of the player base is just kind of pathetic, but that's my thoughts. I'm sure you guys have your own, so let me know in the comments. And if you think these prices are ridiculous, some of them are good, some of them may be bad, please let me know. I would love to know your thoughts. But if you did find this video useful, be sure to drop a like on it, as well as subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you all later.